I'm live. Hello. All right. Well, we have started. Uh, I'm here early, which is great. And we will be going live. I feel like people will be joining us shortly. Uh, at least I hope they will. Hi, Ire. Good to see you. It's just you and me right now, bud. We'll be on live in a little bit. We're going to wait a few minutes until more people join us. See, there's more people coming in. I see you. There's three of us in here. All right. So we'll wait probably a couple more minutes before we get to it. How's everyone tonight? It's kind of, I know it's late. It's very late. My kids just went to sleep, so that's the reason why it has to be late tonight. But wanted to get in. Hey, there's four people. If you're just joining us, feel free to hit the chat. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. This is like the first. So it's my second live stream, but this is the first thing that we're actually going to do like actual supply chain bingo. So I hope you all have your cards. Yeah, hanging with a newborn. Those are fun times. I have three children. I think they're all asleep. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I remember that newborn life is tough. So good on you. I hope we're going to have a little bit of fun tonight. Maybe get your mind off of some things. Hey, Justin, good to see you. Oh goodness, 3 days old. Wow, that's dedication to this stream. I don't deserve it. Hi, Hillary. Welcome to it. This will be very, very easy, very simple. Hopefully not. It'll be very enjoyable. So what's going to happen? Kind of in my haste to actually just do this, I very much am like, I'm gonna jump before I like know what's under me. So you all have your supply chain bingo cards that were sent to you in your email. Thank you so much for participating in it all. So you all have those. Get those out. Pick one. I don't care which one you pick. And I have over here. You can't see it, but I have over here another computer screen that has all of the like bingo things. And I will then just like hit random and it will pop out like a thing. So keep track on your own sheets, on your own cards. And then when someone gets a bingo, you will have to be brave and tell me in the chat if you hit bingo, because otherwise I will not know. Now, before any of that happens, though, I want to say a quick thank you to the folks at Parabola who are actually going to be donating, or sorry, they're not donating, they're giving me the money for y'all to have a free t-shirt. So the other thing is that I have in my website, which you all know, I will be setting up a t-shirt that it has my logo on it. So if you win tonight, one of the two games that we're going to play, you get a free t-shirt. So once that functionality is not quite set up yet, I'm having some conversations with the actual the vendor for getting that set up. So it will take a little bit, but I promise you will get a free t-shirt sent directly to you in whatever size you want. And you can just order it directly there. But I will probably just have to send you the link. But again, I will not know if you won bingo if you don't tell me in the chat. So you'll have to be brave. Everyone's on here is very brave. So I'm excited. This is the first of hopefully many. I hope you'll have a great time. And I hope you're ready. I hope everyone, like, man, it was going to be such a different tenor of a bingo night if the longshoreman strike was still going on. Thank goodness it's not. That was kind of wild. I'm not sure what your like impact from that was. It mostly works. I feel like every website just sort of mostly works most of the time, even ones that are like really well established. I know that ours at Crunchyroll, it is on shaky legs, and we have a dedicated team. At least the store, the website, the SVOD is great, really robust, really briefy. And if you haven't watched Dawn to Dawn, which I know that Ire has asked me earlier about. Highly recommend it. Although it is an acquired taste, you should be you should be very careful if you haven't watched anything before. But it is really great. Let's see. So, anyways, I'm going to call out things that are on your sheets, and then and whoever wins, let me know. Oh, gosh, to Houston, yeah, oh, gosh. But yeah, so for me, I actually had a shipment that was sent from the UK, and it like just hit Ontario before Ontario closed, because this was not widely known. Y'all probably know. Canadian ports were shutting down in solidarity with U.S. ports. So it was like, oh, your options are like Halifax, Nova Scotia, or L.A. That's it. So it was a little bit insane there for a while. And so people were asking me like, oh, hey, how bad is it? And my kind of patent answer is like, oh, the longer that it goes on, the worse it's going to be. And like, thankfully, it was a matter of like, hey, if USNX comes back quickly with a strong, strong offer, we could be done with this, and hopefully, like, this will be just kind of a passing thought. But if it goes on long, like, they're going to really set their heels in, and it's going to get really bad. So thankfully, it didn't. Hopefully not. Pounding air, yeah. I had to. We got some quotes on an air shipment that was excessively expensive for air. Not that air is ever like not excessively expensive, but yeah, it was real wild. So I'm glad that they got that figured out. At least they kicked the can down the road a little bit longer. But I think that they'll figure out the automation stuff. There were some interesting pieces on it. What was really funny to me, again, being in Texas, we're not the most pro-union of states. A lot of people that I talked to were like, oh, like, they deserve their money. They like, that's not the problem. The problem is really the automation. So it's really funny hearing everyone just kind of going like, yeah, I'm really okay with them getting paid a lot more. That's totally fine. They worked really hard over COVID. All right, so I hope we're 7 minutes in. I think we're going to have about everybody, but if someone joins us late, that's fine. We'll catch them up. But here's what we're going to do. So everyone has your cards out. Hopefully we've got thumbs up in the chat. I will pull out, I'll start the cards. Feel free to like chat, let me know, and I will like add some riffs and stuff as we go. But your first bingo item today is port closure. Wow, surprising. Does anyone have anything going into LA, or sorry, into Florida right now? Like, what a mess that is. So I'm taking notes so that I know that I have what I have actually called off before. I called off now. Okay. Do this. So port closure is the first of our bingo tiles today. All right, next up is a 15% GRI. Man, I love GRI. It's like the most fun. Just trying to explain to executives like, oh, hey, we paid. Oh gosh, we used to pay this number, and now we're paying this number. Why? Because a year has changed and has moved on. So yeah, GRI, what a fun time that is. Explaining the details and intricacies of the parcel world to everyone is just, it's the most fun. I see that we have someone else who's joined. So welcome to the game. I want to catch you up. So pull out the bingo cards that were sent to you in your email. Oh gosh, Hillary, what is this? Iran freight for the largest porta potty manufacturer in the world back in 2017. 3 hurricanes in 6 weeks. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts, man. I don't think I ever had anything that got impacted by a hurricane. I know that I used to run volume out of Hong Kong, and a major typhoon hit Hong Kong a few years ago, and I was running jewelry out of Hong Kong. But they were really well prepared for that whole operation. So yeah, that was the 3 hurricanes. That's misery. But anyways, if I see that there's some new one to catch you up. Pull out your bingo cards that were sent to you in your email. Pick one. I don't care, and then follow along. I've got another computer over here telling you which things I haven't said, which tiles I haven't said. Probably play about 2 games, and then if you win, let me know in the chat. Just say like bingo in the chat, and then when I get my website figured out, you will get a free T-shirt that will be sent to you if you win. So, 2 that we've called out so far: port closure, which we're all very familiar with, especially those of us who might be in Florida. And then the 15% GRI, which is just a joy. Parcel is always so much fun to explain to other human beings who don't live, eat, and breathe this world like we all do. So with that, we're going to move on to our next. Let me highlight my thing here. GRI. Sorry, this is like, probably hate me right now. All right, 31. Vehicle breakdown is our next tile for bingo. Vehicle breakdown. What a joy when you get a vehicle breakdown. I'm trying to think of a really funny story. I don't have any good like vehicle breakdown stories. I have a lot of like, oh, your driver was supposed to deliver to Des Moines and they're in Altoona right now. Oh man. Oh, I remember. I got a really fun one. This happened to me when I was at Apple. We had the vehicle that broke down was a plane, a full 737 that broke down. One of the parcel carriers was moving volume for us, and the entire plane had some like, I don't know. I think that the wheel popped on the tire on the plane popped, and so they couldn't take off. And there were just a ton of shipments that were just delayed for mechanical failure. That was fun. That was my like first job in civilian logistics, and learned a lot of things at Apple. That was a wild time. All right, so moving right along, our next one is cargo jettison. Something I have not actually had an issue with. Plane order, get out. That's insane. Order but not used plane. That's big money right there that you're playing with, Jake. The last time that we chartered a plane, 10,000. Was that the fee that you charged? Is it a Pano fee, plane order not used, or was that like how much they paid to charter that flight? But yeah, we would charter flights at Apple. Crew, fuel, standby, access. Well, gosh. I feel bad for those people that they did that. That's insane. But yeah, we would charter flights for big launches. Back when like the iPhone launch was wild, we would charter I think 4 or 5 flights just to meet demand for U.S. and Canada volume. It was wild. Oh no, don't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't feel bad sending air quotes because those are better. We're supposed to intercept but ignore you. Drove right by the airport. Oh gosh. Horrible night. I can only imagine what that phone call was like to your customer. Like, hey, I'm so sorry. They like messed it up. Hopefully, you had someone who's understanding. But yeah, woof, that's tough. Cargo jettison, and I are automatic shutdown. Right? Freight brokers. Y'all's life is not easy. I don't know why anyone would choose to be a freight broker. Honestly, like God love you. I'm so glad that y'all exist as things. I would never be that person. I never feel bad sending what's wrong with us? The commiseration. I love it. I don't feel bad sending air quotes. I always ask for that, especially if I'm doing something small. I will always ask for an air freight quote. And I have gotten to the point where I have had to explain to my freight forwarders, I want you to give me every quote you have. Give me air, give me LCL, FCL, FCL 20, FCL 40. Give it to me. Give all of it to me. Let me make the decision on what I want to do. So don't ever feel bad for that. How many drivers arrested on route? Wow, that's tough, Hillary. That's a rough day, getting arrested. What'd you do with the cargo? Was it just like left there? Did you have to send another driver? In a bar fight? No, no. Jake, this is insane. I've never heard of either of those happening. That's never happened to me. Shipper got his truck out of impound. Out of impound. Woo! That's tough. Out of impound. Impound the whole shipment. Wow. We gotta keep humming along. I'm like 15 minutes in. I could talk forever about freight. I could listen to y'all talk forever about freight. Um, they didn't bail the driver for a couple more days. He picked. Get out. You still use that same carrier? That's bold. Jake, God love you, man. Yeah. Uh, what are we at? All right, number 19, which is supply shortage. Wow. That's really like a shipper side issue. That's one that I've had before. Uh, just yeah, you don't have enough stuff. You can't make the things. One of the most enjoyable supply shortages I ever had was at Kinder Scott. We were making jewelry, and we had this really nice earring that was about yay big, and there was like a big broad piece of it that had to have like this shell piece. It was a piece of abalone shell, if you know what it looks like. And we almost we almost overfished the abalone supply for that year because we were harvesting them. That's the right term for what you're actually doing to those shells, those mollusks. Uh, and so one of our factories had to. They paid to send one of their workers to, I think Thailand was where we were actually sourcing the shells from, and they paid to send someone there for the entire season and just like blank check, buy as much of this stuff as you can, buy as many of these shells as possible. And I think we had to reduce our purchase order. It was a major seller. I think Blake Lively, we paid Blake Lively to wear that piece of jewelry. Worked out really well for us. We sold out quickly and then had to buy back into it. And there were not enough abalone shells being made by abalone mollusks that year. So we bought them all. It was great. It was a fun time. Really enjoyable. Like, how is this a problem? It was a problem. Other, like, when you get into like natural materials, your supply gets really constrained, especially when you do things like jewelry that are like really high-end, people really care about, really fashionable. Yeah, that's like becomes a big problem. It's surprising how much of a problem that is. But we're going to move along because we're hinge pins for a while. 2020 was a wild year. That was just like misery. Next thing up, gotta love it. Labor strike. So much fun. We've all dealt with that very recently. Like who? I'm over here just with like a Google sheet with a random function that's just like telling me what to pull out. Let's see, number 24, cargo adjust, no only Bellin. Good. Okay. Oh, do it again. Do it there. Hinge pins. Oof. Okay. Let's do another thing. Come on. This is not working. All right, here we go. Number 11, trade war. Oh, gosh, trade wars, they're so fun. Who doesn't love a good trade war? Like, trying to explain, I was at, again, Kinder Scott, again, trying to explain, like, what's happening as we start to bombard China with tariffs, and then all of trying to explain to executives why the air networks were getting clogged because of the trade problems that come back 25. Who knows? Who honestly? I've seen a lot of information that like they helped out U.S. businesses, which is cool, great, But a lot of it was like saying that it just brought China up to the level of parity with. No, Justin, I did not. I've heard a lot of things say that it just brought like Chinese steel up to parity with the rest of the world. Uh, and this is not a trade war issue. This is really like countervailing duties, anti-dumping. But there's a lot of like, oh no, China is subsidizing their steel processes or their steel manufacturing in an effort to like undercut the rest of the world, gain all the business, and then jack the prices up. And so there's things called countervailing duties and anti-dumping. Those are different things, but they effectively do the same thing of like raising the price of steel, specifically because of unfair play in other countries. Trade wars had a surprising impact. I know that this is all my Mexican customers who got bought by. Yes. I love how the world works. Of like, hey, we'll just buy your company. I don't care. At least it's made in Mexico. New company. Did anyone watch the American Factory on Netflix when that came out like a few years ago? It was wild. And yes, Ire, that is robbery, and that's why we have countervailing duties and anti-dumping. Yeah, American Factory, wild time. Yes, the glass guys. That was it was so true. Probably the most cringe-inducing moment of that entire thing was watching those American auto manufacturer workers go to China, and everyone else was in suits, and they were in like a polo and jeans. And I've been that person. It feels so awkward. And like I knew the second I saw them, like they're gonna be so underdressed, and like China, like you dress up. And so we learned that the first time went over there. That was a tough lesson to learn. But now I will not talk so much. Yep. All right, we're gonna keep moving. Tonneau fee, truck order not used. What a joy. Truck order not used. That's our next one. I'm gonna like just spot off several things because we've already talked about tonneau fees. I hate them, but I totally get it. It's misery. Number 27, customs shutdown. That was fun. That was under 2020ism. That happened. The last thing I did at Kendra Scott was work on a project trying to figure out like how could we get stuff moving if customs is shut down. The answer was you can't. You can't export if customs doesn't do anything. So that was fun. Like, oh, like let's start shifting our manufacturing from China to whatever other factory we had. That was Tonu. I'm saying that right. I call it Tonu. Like, this is my live stream. Ire. I'm gonna call it what I want to. Number 13. Ship hit a bridge. Ship hit a bridge. I never thought that was going to happen. I like in my wildest dreams. Tonu. I y'all need to learn how to pronounce it. Tonu. Ship hit a bridge is our next one. We're moving along. I've got like we're at 30 minutes of this. That Baltimore thing. That was wild. Watching that ship just smash into that bridge. Subbed. Always sub, not dub. Higher. Always sub. We're gonna move on. I was in the Marines during the Afghanistan wars. I didn't see the ocean. Never your ship. Oh no, not the mighty. Were you on the Enterprise? No, you weren't on the Enterprise. Were you? I forget. Just tell me again. I was in Afghanistan, Justin. Right? Like this is the desert. There's nothing marine about where I was. Yeah, I got it right. Yes, I knew it was one of those. All right, let's see. Got another one. All right, here we're at. Nope, not that. 14, 10% DIM increase. Man, DIM. What a fun. Like trying to explain DIM to people is just the worst. Like, well, what's the price of this thing? Well, how big is it? How much does it weigh? I don't really know. Hey, we've got someone else. There's 7 people now. So quick, I'm going to update this person who's just joined. 7 of you. If you bought a ticket, 8 of you, wow. If you bought a ticket, you should have it in your inbox. Pick one out really quickly. I'm going to run through everything that we have already said. If you hit bingo, tell me in the chat. This is over there. Tell me in the chat if you hit bingo. If you win bingo, if you're and like I will just we are all on the like honesty system here. If you win bingo, you will get a free t-shirt with the low budget logistics insignia on it. So there you go. So we've got so far port closure, 15% GRI, vehicle breakdown, cargo jettison, supply shortage, labor strike, trade war, TUNU, am I saying that right? TUNU fee, it feels wrong. Customs shutdown, ship hit a bridge, and a 10% DIM increase. We're losing people now. Okay, well, if you're in, you're in. All right, let's see. Got another one. Where are we going here? Tonu? Y'all have said at least 3 different ways to pronounce that thing. I'm going to just keep calling it Tuno, and I'm going to like move on with my life. Tonu. Guys, speaking of memes, you would not believe how many people like that I meet. They're like, "Oh, you're the mac and cheese guy." Yes, I am the mac and cheese guy. I will forever vehicle furnished. Wow, that's a good one. Forever known as the mac and cheese guy. I met people like last week. They were like, "I follow your social media, and I love the mac and cheese thing. It's hilarious." Thank you. I appreciate it. Here we are, 26. Global pandemic is our next one. Global pandemic. I feel like someone should be hitting this at some point in time soon. All right, number 20 is DOT violation. What fun. DOT violation. I remember the first time I learned about like DOT week. It's like, oh, this is just the week that everyone like, we have to pay more to ship stuff because the DOT's out. Now enforcing the law. It's great. Oh, gosh. Silly things that we do in this world. Let's do the thing. All right, here we go. Double booking. Man, double booking. Again, I feel bad for y'all freight brokers out there. Like, stuff just happens to you. It's the worst. And you have nothing that you can do. And then I don't feel as bad when you bill me for like, y'all do nothing. I know what you're doing. You're not doing anything. Come on. The industry hates you. Well, you know, I don't hate you. I don't hate you, Jake. It's okay. We're amongst friends here. All right, here we go. Number 6. The Panama Canal is dry. Remember when that was a thing, like earlier this year? That was wild. Like, oh, you know, the Panama Canal doesn't exist, doesn't have pumps to like pump water back and forth. No. It's just gravity fed. We just have this big lake over there that like, it'll never run dry. Well, it almost did. That was wild. Number 4, rail car shortage. Oh, gosh. Rail car shortage. What a... Is it still? Rail car shortages, man. Another blast from the past there. Just like, oh, you know, we have a bunch of the stuff. We just don't, it's not in the right spot. That's fun. It's really fun. Okay, let's keep going here. Teamster strike. Man, I was really like on the money when I made these. I was really like, the crystal ball was right on point. All right, DOT violation, I did that one already. I need like any one of those things with the, very topical. Thank you. I'm here. This is what I'm here for, Jake. All right, winter storm outage. Man, let me tell you, Texas as a state is not ready for the winter. We are not. So if you're planning on moving, I know there is someone in the chat who is planning on moving to Texas from the north. We are not ready. Bingo! Congratulations, Hillary! Yay! We got our first bingo. Well done. I will send you a link when my website is figured out. It's hard to shelter in place when your power goes out and is out for a week. and the city turns your water off. That happened to me in 2021. It was like, oh, what fresh hell is this that we now have to deal with after the pandemic of 2020? All right, Hillary, congratulations. Everyone, reset your bingo cards. I'm going to clear this out. Boop. We're using the same set. So, Hillary, I will take note. Hillary, drink. 3, 1, 3, first. Okay, I have it. I will send you an email with how to purchase a shirt. The freeze was very miserable. It was terrible. Yeah, would not recommend it to anyone else. All right, so let's switch your bingo cards. We're gonna do one more round, as I just take forever to do this. I wish Bill Shube was on here. I need to text him. He bought a card. He's not here. Anyways, let's get to it again. We're all cleared out. Great. Let's see. 2, 3, there. Okay. Does everyone have a new bingo card? I moved to Dallas from Austin, so I'm in Tornado Alley now. That's fun. I'm from Houston, where we have hurricanes. It's great. It's just bigger. All right, here we go. Let's start it up. Okay. All right, our first one for round 2 is a $900 oversized fee. It's not really that cold in the winter. All right, our first one is $900 oversized fee. I know that none of y'all are like parcel shippers. Well, Jake knows, or Justin knows about this. I remember when FedEx came out with a $900 oversized fee. I was shipping carpets, like rolled up carpet, and we got hit several times before we realized, like, oh, don't ship it with FedEx. That is a bad idea. Enter the Georgia's Turnpike. Y'all are silly. You Northerners. You're silly turnpikes. Excessive length. Yeah. It was like, I think it was like, what was it? The carpets we were shipping were like 1 inch longer. This is why everything was rich up in UPS. That's why. Yeah. Our carpets were like 1 inch longer than like the maximum length. And so we had to like force our system to not ship FedEx parcel. We had to force it a different way. That was not fun. And then because I knew our FedEx rep was like, hey, is this a thing that we can negotiate? And they're like, nope, we will never negotiate on that. It will always be $900. Yeah, straight line linear foot. Yeah, it was weird. It was like a combination of things. Either like if it was over a certain amount of pounds, if it had a girth that was a certain amount, and then if it had a single dimension that was longer than some number. I forget what all the specifics were. I don't have that problem now. Comic books are very easy to ship. Yeah, that was it's fun. It's not a fun time. All right. Next one up is the 25% rate increase. That's another joy. Another blast from the past. Good old parcel. Those guys can just do whatever they want to. Not anymore, though. I love that people like Justin have made it so easy to get different rates, and the regional carriers are really coming out. I'm really glad for that. I should take a note to the people who are sponsoring this and giving you free T-shirts as Parabola. Giving all the reasons I'm in software now. Yes, I'm not smart enough to be in software. That's why I move things around. That's it. So Parabola is the one who are sponsoring us tonight. They do really great work. Parabola is, if I could have it in my own system, I would. Unfortunately, I cannot. But I love them. They're great people. What they're trying to do is really fantastic. They're trying to build a community of people like us. Yeah, you stay out of it. Stay out of it, Ire. Parabola is trying to build a community, which is great. That's sort of what I'm trying to do here. So it made a whole lot of sense. They're good people. There's a lot of You'll probably see them in my comments and chats and stuff. They're fantastic. I recommend them, but I would be remiss if I did not plug them because they're giving you free t-shirts tonight. All right, moving on. Ship stuck in the Suez. Man, the memes for that were just like the best. Watching that like one little like backhoe try and scoop out the Ever Given, that was the best. I would like spent so many times laughing at that. All right, we've got our first repeat of the night. Customs shutdown. Customs shutdown. Yeah, FTL, TL, intermodal, international, never tangled parcel. Haven't done his charter plane. Yeah. I feel like I've done intermodal, but not a whole lot, and I never did it like where I was trying to do the whole thing. Everyone, Justin in the comments was a sailor in the Navy. If you didn't catch that from him talking about being on the USS Enterprise, which is an aircraft carrier, I can imagine that was pretty rough times going through the Suez. And an aircraft carrier, those things are pretty big. They're awesome. I won't say when the Enterprise was decommissioned. I don't really know. It's not on the surface anymore. Next up, supply shortage. We're back. Doubles in a row. And then next one. 2013. Oh, 2013. I had just gotten out of the Marine Corps in 2013. If that helps you. I feel old now, too. All right, next up. Oh, this one's fun. Carrier bankruptcy. That's happened to me before. That was a fun one. That was a parcel company that went bankrupt. And it was not Pitney Bowes, if that makes any sense. It was another way smaller regional carrier that just like could not keep up. Yeah. They don't happen, but when they do, man, they really suck. All right, let's see where we're at. 27, customs shutdown. Nope, did that one already. Port closure is our next one. Yeah. Yeah, probably see a couple more. I would imagine maybe one more on the parcel side. There's one that I know, I won't say. One I know that's not doing really well, unfortunately. I forget that like y'all call yourselves carriers in the like freight world. I'm talking about parcel here, guys. Parcel. It's the more fun of the modes. All right, port closure. Everyone get port closure. I'm going to give a quick rundown of where we're at. $900 oversized fee, 25% rate increase, ship stuck in the Suez, customs shutdown, supply shortage, DOT violation, carrier bankruptcy, port closure. All right, let's see. Moving right along. Customs shutdown. I already did that one. Stop giving me the same ones. It is very weird. What's really fun with parcel, and I have another one. What's really fun with parcel is that your rates change based off of what's actually inside of that box, if that makes any sense. So I ship a lot of like comic books, manga for the initiated, and I ship a lot of movies. Both of those qualify as media mail. But when I ship something that's like that plus like maybe a figure or something like that, something else that's not specifically like media, you can't ship it. So parcel is funky when you get like a parcel rate, and Justin will know this like way better than I do. You'll get no less than 3 different rate cards that your box could be. And so like rating your volume is one of the most miserable things in the world. NMFC does change the price on it because I've shipped jewelry on a freight on LTL and it made it more expensive specifically because of the insurance price. I am the Charlie meme. It's not easy to explain what I do and why I'm good at it. It's hard. That's why I made a YouTube channel to explain that. All right. Next one is the Africa reroute. Oh, joy. We're still doing that. Did y'all know, like, we still can't go through the stupid, like, the Red Sea is still shut down. It's so dumb. I hate that whole thing for me. Not that I do a bunch of ocean through the Red Sea, but it's a pain. All right, next up, 10% DIM increase. Ah, DIM. DIM is so. What's Houthi? Oh yeah, the Houthi, not Houthi. I love Hootie and the Blowfish. Okay. I was like just about to sing a Hootie and the Blowfish song. I will not. I will not embarrass myself like that today. Next up, everyone's favorite. Everyone's favorite. Tonu. Did I say that right? Tonu. 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 Whatever. The fee. Truck order not used. All right. Next up, Teamster strike. Maybe I will sing. I'm trying to think of like a good Hootie and Blowfish song. I mean, they're all good, honestly. My favorite though is Darius Rucker when he went on his own and he sang "Wild One." Great. And then also when he decided that he was no longer alt music, he wanted to be a country star. I don't want to be what I am. Yeah, there it is. Ire, congratulations, you got bingo. Wild One. Yes! Wild One is so good. Underappreciated. Look at you. You got it. Sing too hard. Ooh. Congratulations, Ire. Ooh. Lost my voice there for a second. All right. Well, congratulations. That will be it for today, as I have now lost my voice. You are Ire. Well done. I will write this down. Ire 1, round 2. As before, I will send you links when the website has been figured out. Wow. That's weird. I've never lost my voice that way before. I will send you links for the t-shirts. They'll be free. You'll get them free of charge. So congratulations. Thank you all so much for joining me today on the wildness that is the supply chain bingo. We will do this again for sure. It's been a lot of fun. I will not say Tonu right. I'm so glad, Hillary. And congratulations on winning, Ire and Hillary. So we'll continue to do this. Hopefully we'll have more people. I will make probably the same amount of cards, but I have to buy back in. And yeah, I will keep going for another 2 minutes. Does anyone have any questions? Open topics. Hit me with some questions if you want it. What do you want to talk about, Justin? You want to talk about how awesome the Four Horsemen universe is? I know you like it. I hope that you got to talk to Macon, by the way, while you're at Parcel Forum. I had to leave quickly that day because I had to go to a flight to LA to talk about parcel pricing with another company. It was lots of fun. I believe it. It's weird, like seeing people that I know from LinkedIn in person. It was wild, but I enjoyed it. The few minutes I got to spend there. Let's see, other things that we could certainly talk about. Bullship with Bill and Matt. That's my podcast that Bill Shub, the great Bill Shub, and I have started. We will put out another episode of the podcast in probably next week. We record them every other week, so we'll probably do every other week. I promise that I will have hopefully better. Promise that I will have hopefully better audio. Maybe not for the next one, but I will start to. We will start to have better audio at some point in time. So yeah, so Bull, you watched it's great. Bullship, yes, that was pun intended. With Bill and Matt, it has its own YouTube channel, but I will continue to post episodes on my YouTube channel just to kind of keep it out. It's on Spotify, so enjoy it. And thanks again. Thank you all. This is insane. This was like a really stupid, like harebrained idea for me, and it just sort of came together. And thank you all so much for joining along. Again, we'll keep doing it again, probably sometime in November, if I can actually do the thing. My life has gotten very busy in the last couple of weeks. So yeah, I'll let everyone know. Hillary Iyer, congratulations on winning. I will send you links once everything's ready. But you will get a free Low Budget Logistics t-shirt to wear around, support proudly. Hit me up on LinkedIn. And thank you again. Thank you so much. I'm going to hit end stream now. Bye, everyone.